How's it going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Quiz Trades. Happy Friday. Today's April 3rd, beginning of the month. I hope y'all had a good trading week. Today I'm just going to do a trade recap from the past, 3 days? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today's Good Friday, so the banks and the markets were closed. The first trade I took on the funded that I was about 400 away from passing before this trade. Um, and as I said, I only traded NQ on Tuesday. I didn't take anything on gold on Tuesday because price action for me on Tuesday there wasn't anything to really trade. We did kind of just rip with no entry. Um, well, there was an entry, but I'm gonna go to Tuesday real quick. Yeah, I had limits set a little lower. Um, I had limits set. What was it? Right here, and we just didn't pull into it, and then price continued to rip, so that's fine. For NQ, I traded the New York session, the 7 a.m. 4-hour candle. Um, so I didn't really focus on bias as much, right? Because I was bullish, right, coming out of kind of this previous day low sweep, and then knowing we want to put in high of month within the first 2 weeks. So going into the 7 a.m. candle, we swept previous day high, and we swept the previous 4-hour candle high right there. So then I'm kind of just waiting for a change in state, which we got here, right? We closed through this 3-minute order block, and we left this 3-minute bearish gap. So everything, just fractalizing the model, and then marked out equilibrium of this range, and I set limits at CE or the top of this 3-minute bearish gap. Price filled me in here, stops at the 4-hour high before we got that change in state. I thought this was going to, because we were holding, you can see right here, we're holding OTE, right? We're just wicking above, but we're not closing through. So I honestly thought I was green. And then I get wicked out and price dumps to TP. So that was the first L of this week. I think it was probably like a $200-300 L. But yeah, that was the only trade for Tuesday. Let's check Discord real quick. Yeah, that was a short on Tuesday. And then Wednesday. So Wednesday was April 1st. So I was expecting, I did take this trade on my live. You can see right here. I just had limits set. For the limits that I had set, I had them set at, damn, hold on. Let me bring these closer. There we go. So the limits that I had set, I had it set at equilibrium, or I had one limit set at equilibrium. I had one limit set at this day high, this daily rejection block, and then week highs as well. So price, I basically just got, go to the 1 hour. I got wicked in right here. I usually do, so what I do is I give it like 5 to 10 points above my level, and then like where my limit is, and then my stop like 10-15 points above that as well. So you can see, we can't see it now, but on the 1 minute it was literally like a perfect wick or perfect entry right here. All right, so I had my limit set here. I had my limit set like right here, 10 points above actually, 24, 34, and then 20 points. I had my stop right here. So I got filled during, what time is this? Just overnight, at 5 a.m. I thought I was gonna be good because by the time New York session started, when I hopped on the charts, I was up around like 600 ticks around there. And then I moved my stop even lower, right? Because I had it like this, something like that. So I just moved it down to this. And basically, like, the whole main thing for that trade was just like, we have equilibrium of the whole previous month range. We have this bearish daily gap. If we want to leave hive month here, there's a very strong possibility that we do. So I was pretty confident. And then New York opened and we stopped me up. That was the second trade. It was literally like a $10 L on my live. It was a very tight stop. $10 for 2,000 points. So it was like $10 for 4K, right? The RR is insane. And then I don't think I took anything on gold on Wednesday. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much to take. And yeah, that was the only trade I took on Wednesday. And then the last trading day for this week was Thursday. So check real quick. We did end up holding that high at where do we hold Wednesday high? Let me see real quick. Yeah, right there, 250. Right, so we had OTE of this internal week range, and then look real quick. I did say won't be surprised if we pump all night to like 350. I said this on Monday, and then you can see price pulled right into 350. So I actually didn't limit that. I'm not gonna lie, that was the one place I didn't limit. And that's fine though. The reason I'm not really upset about that is, yeah, Thursday did then deliver 600 points, but I don't think that's high month. I do think we want to come for a weekly high at least, and the reason is because you can see that we're holding bullish function now, and I'll talk about that right after I talk about this trade recap. So on gold, I took one trade technically. Actually, I took two trades. So first, what happened is we come up and we sweep previous day high right here. We swept previous day high during Asia, and then I saw this this order block right here, and I was just kind of having this feeling, right? Because both gold and NQ off the like Tuesday expansion left a bullish daily gap. So in my eyes, it was like, okay, we fulfilled the equilibrium on the high time frame. We are taking out previous day high. We're gonna want to come for this daily gap, right? Because if we are truly bullish, at least on gold, I do believe we are truly bullish. I don't think we're gonna come lower. NQ, I still think we're coming lower. But gold, you can see this week we didn't have any previous day low sweep, right? But we did create this PD array. So to me, I was like, okay, I think we're going to come for previous day low. We're going to come for previous day low because we need that function to push us higher. So I kind of took this very early instead of waiting for, a full change in state and this and that. I entered pretty much right off that previous day high sweep. So we actually not even that. I waited for 5 minutes, right? So once we close through this, I marked out equilibrium of this range and I got filled right here. And then targeted previous day low. So this was a good, I don't know how much this made. I think like 16, maybe 1500 on this one, on a funded. And then I was gonna be like, I'm done trading gold, but what I did was I just set limits. So after seeing that, I set limits at equilibrium of this whole range. So I set one limit here because we had this daily gap and we set previous day low. So I set a limit at equilibrium, and then I saw this 4-hour order block and I set a limit at this 4-hour order block. But what had happened was when I got filled at equilibrium and stop, again, these stops are like $20 stops, $30 stops, or like, I think it was like $70. So it was like, it's like 70 tick stops for, or I'll just say like 20 point stops for like 200. So it's like usually 1 to 10s. But when that one got filled, it actually canceled my limit down here. And I don't know why. It did that on gold. NQ doesn't do that, right? So this was 16, what is that, 4? 450. I was in my shorts already, as you can see. I shorted from previous day high sweep. I had one limit set at previous day low. This one I canceled. Oh no, this was my like my take profit pretty much, right? Buy limit at previous day low. And then I had the long limit at equilibrium, and then I had another long limit at that 4 hour order block, 4585. But when I got filled for this one got canceled. And then if you fast forward to where we left our low, you can see we left it right at 4585, maybe like a couple points lower. So yeah, it's unfortunate because you can see. So this is where I took profits for my shorts, right? So bought up here, took profits here, and then this is where I got filled on those longs, right? This bought long, then I got stopped out when we came lower, and then the next candle came down, would have filled my longs again, but it canceled my thing, and it was overnight, so there wasn't much I could do about it. But that was gold. Honestly, the shorts were very clean, delivered very nicely, and then the longs back to the upside delivered very nicely if I had caught it. I just didn't look for an entry after that because I was kind of just focusing NQ. And what was even more unfortunate, so I didn't take any shorts on NQ, but I had limited equilibrium, right, of this whole range because we basically had the same type of buys, right? Swept previous day low, we tapped into this daily gap, so I limited equilibrium, and then I limited, I think something a little lower. I don't know if I don't know if I set any limits down here, but I had my limit right here, 5.2, and then market literally edged me. So I didn't catch any. I only caught one trade on NQ, or sorry, on gold on Thursday, which still delivered nicely, but both longs I had limited kind of got fucked over. And I'm not upset about that, right? I do like this whole strat that I'm going with. It's basically just my model fractalized, right? So I just understand what are we trading out of, weekly, daily, whatever, fractalizing it and just finding that key level that price will pull into and then trade off of. And I'm just setting limits with tight stops and I'm just limiting multiple levels. So let's say I get stopped. Let's say I set 4 levels, 2 on NQ, 2 on gold. Let's say 1 on NQ and gold both get stopped, $50 to $100 L, and then the other ones get tagged. It's more like $900 to $1,200 dubs. The only unfortunate thing is when something like this happens, where I get edged by, let's see, what is that, 5 points, then I miss out on like a 500 point move. Or if I guess my limit just cancels, I miss out on a 200 point move. It's just unfortunate, but I think that this week, for the first week back on funded, was a very good week. I feel like all the time that I would just trade my live, waiting for swing trades, and during the week when I kind of just look at market and kind of just in my own brain, it's like, oh, like this is where I'd limit or this is where I'd enter. I think price can pull here, and I see that play out. Now it's a lot easier to just limit these levels and let them play out. And I think that this is also gonna, positively affect when my live limits do hit, or even in the future when I'm trading when I have like 100, 200K in my live account and I'm trading it, intraday as well, not just swings. I think that like this will really help build that conviction. You feel me? So like even now for next week, I'm gonna just limit here. I put my limits here, limit multiple levels here, because I have my buys to go for Monday high, or what is this, Wednesday high, and I think we're going to come up for previous week highs and things of that nature. The main thing is just having confidence to even set those limits and being okay with that risk and managing the risk well. You feel me? Like I can take 4 L's and 1 dub, and that 1 dub will net me 1,000, and those 4 L's will net me like 300 total. And it's just that type of risk management with the correct model. Like all of these were correct, right? I may have gone 1 for 3 on execution, but on trade ideas it was 3 for 3. So if I can just like next time I set 5 points higher, 5 points low, whatever it is, or like I'm still finding the perfect mix between not wanting to miss it or like not wanting to be in too much drawdown or too big of a stop. Whatever it is, it's gonna get there. I am probably gonna cop like two more fundeds for next week. Actually, I'm gonna wait to pass another one. Once I have like two passed, then I'll cop three, and I'll just copy trade all five at the same time. So probably by, because we have 4 trading weeks in this month still, so I think after next week I'll be on 5 accounts at once, and I think by then I will have had my swing entry, which is honestly one of these areas, right? It's either here, here. I don't think we come higher. I really think it's between these two. Either we come for this week high or we hold this rejection block and take out this week high. Whatever it is, it's definitely, this is a key sensitive area, because now what the thing is, now that we have this bullish weak candle, it's actually a good thing, right? And I'll explain why. When we do come down, right, whether it's May that puts its bottom, we're gonna need a weekly change in state to configure us to go for monthly highs. So it's perfect that we had one, because if our only one is up here, we're not getting that confirmation till we're up here. Now we can get a confirmation here. Even if we get another one down here, it just helps create, the algorithm. And it's basically like this, right? I was thinking that Thursday was gonna close bearish because we need a bearish candle in this week, because once price takes out weekly highs, we need that change in state. Now that Friday closed bearish, it's perfect, right? Let's say Monday comes down, puts its low here, and we come up till here. Monday puts its week high somewhere here. We swept previous week high, which is this high. We swept these daily highs. We're holding this rejection block. We fulfill standard deviation. And then Tuesday dumps. Tuesday dumps. Holy shit. Tuesday dumps through this Friday candle, which will be a bullish order block. We get that daily change in state. That means we're targeting this low. Then Wednesday retraces, in a bearish gap that Tuesday leaves. And then Thursday, Friday dump. That's kind of how I want next week to play out. And then another week of dumping, and then I'm expecting that third week of April, depending on how far we dump, right? Because we still have ways to go for that equilibrium, right? It's down here, and I think an NQ, it's even lower, right? So we do have, we do have like 3,000 points, give or take. So we definitely do come lower. Maybe if April doesn't, I do expect the next 2 weeks to dump very aggressively. If not, we still have May. You feel me? But there's a reason that we're not able to go higher, even after constantly taking out weeks and month lows, is because this level of equilibrium is a very strong level. So I do think come up, put a model in here, and then dump strongly. Other than that, this was honestly a pretty good trading week. I'm honestly pretty glad. Trading fundeds is fun. You feel me? Setting limits and just constantly, I'm almost constantly in a trade, or it feels like I'm constantly in a trade, because price is either really close to my limit, or it's just playing out how I want it to, or I'm just ping ponging the market, right? It's kind of what I did on gold. Shorts, took these shorts, almost took these longs. You get the point. But it's like just ping ponging the whole movement. It just helps. It helps a lot more. Like I think one of the main things I regret was while trading my live or focusing my live, I wasn't also trading fundeds, because I missed that aspect of constantly being in a trading environment. And sometimes it can be too much, right? And kind of causes issues. But I definitely think in the case of trying to build conviction and stuff with a way that you're trading, or like trying to tweak a way you trade, you need to be constantly trading in itself. But other than that, pretty simple trade recap. We recapped Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Went, let's say, let me see real quick. Took 1L here, took 2Ls, and then 1 dub, and then edged on 2 dubs. So yeah, not too bad of a week. 2 edges. I still take those as a dub, because the trade idea is a dub. One full dub, 3 dubs, one small stop out, and even this was the correct trade idea. Just turtle souped it. honestly, there's not much for me to complain about. Other than that, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are learning from the videos. And hope you guys have a good weekend and are ready to trade the first full week of April next week. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.